Verithrax the Devourer had not spoken in 3 years. He roared. He burned. He shattered the reinforced walls of his containment cell with his tail. But he did not speak. The Galactic Council had imprisoned him after the Battle of Crimson Nebula, where his rage had consumed an entire fleet. They'd chained him with quantum bindings and surrounded his cell with force fields strong enough to contain a star. Guards monitored him from safe distance, cycling shifts every 2 hours because no one could endure the weight of his fury longer than that. He's deteriorating, the warden reported during the weekly briefing. The psychological evaluators say he's lost himself to the rage. He may never return to sentience. No one mourned this. Dragons were dangerous enough when rational. An enraged dragon was a weapon without a wielder, a catastrophe waiting to happen. Then came the day a little human girl wandered into the maximum security wing. Her name was Emma, and she was 5 years old. Her mother worked in the administration building, and Emma had slipped away during a facility tour, following the pretty lights and interesting sounds. She'd bypassed 17 security checkpoints, not through skill, but through sheer innocence. Sensors designed to detect threats simply didn't register her. She found herself in a vast chamber facing a cell that crackled with energy. Inside, a massive creature paced. His scales were obsidian black, shot through with veins of molten red. His eyes burned like dying suns. When he roared, the entire facility shook. Emma tilted her head, studying him. Then she walked forward. Alarms shrieked. Guards rushed toward her position. The warden's voice boomed through speakers. "Child, move away from the cell." But Emma had already pressed her small hand against the force field. It rippled around her fingers like water. Verithrax turned. His massive head lowered until one burning eye was level with the tiny human. He saw her properly then, a fragile creature, barely more than a hatchling. She should have been terrified. She should have run. Instead, she smiled. "You're sad," Emma said simply. "Like my dad was before he went away." Verithrax froze. Something in her voice, the innocent certainty, the absence of fear, cut through the red haze that had consumed his mind for 3 years. He tried to snarl, to frighten her away, but what emerged was a sound he hadn't made since his own hatchlings had died in the war. A whimper. "It's okay," Emma said. She pulled a stuffed dragon from her backpack, a silly thing, purple with button eyes. "When I'm sad, I hug Mr. Scales. He makes it better. But you're too big for hugs, so maybe you need someone to talk to." "I destroyed them." Verithrax's voice was a grinding avalanche, rusty from disuse. "My children, my mate. I came home and found only ashes. The fleet had come while I hunted, so I hunted them instead. All of them. And when the hunting was done, the rage remained because they were still gone." Emma's eyes filled with tears, but not from fear. "My dad's gone too. He was a soldier. Mom says he's not coming back." She pressed both hands against the force field. "But I remember him. And remembering means they're not all the way gone. Right?" For the first time in 3 years, Verithrax felt something other than rage. It was small and painful and precious grief. Real grief, not the burning fury that had consumed him, but the clean, honest ache of loss. "Yes," he whispered. "Remembering means they remain." "Will you remember with me?" Emma asked. "I'll tell you about my dad, and you tell me about your family. Mom says sharing makes the hurt smaller." The guards had reached them now, but the warden held up a hand, stopping them. On every monitor, they watched the same impossible scene. The galaxy's most dangerous prisoner lowering himself to the ground. His burning eyes dimming to a soft ember glow as a 5-year-old human girl sat cross-legged before his cell. "My daughter's name was Starfire," Verithrax began, his voice breaking. "She loved to chase comets." "My dad's name was James," Emma replied. "He loved to read me stories." They talked until sunset, the dragon and the child, sharing memories of those they'd lost. And slowly, gently, the rage that had consumed Verithrax began to transform into something he'd thought lost forever. Hope. The warden updated his report that evening. "Prisoner Verithrax has returned to sentience. Recommend continued contact with human child." Miraculous progress observed. Emma visited every day after that. And though she called him many things, Mr. Dragon, Big Guy, Friend, the name that made Verithrax's ancient heart ache with bittersweet joy was the simplest. Dat, because in the space where fury had lived, love had found room to grow again.